So today we will be starting from rule number 6, and our rule number 6 will be about must. So if you have must in your sentence, then you can make this must cannot but or cannot help. That means if you are asked to turn any affirmative sentence into negative sentence and you have must in your sentence, then you can turn it either cannot but or into cannot help. Let's take an example. I must go. So suppose you are given this kind of a sentence where you have a must here. So you can make this must either cannot but or cannot help. It actually depends totally on you whether you will take cannot but or cannot help instead of must. But if you take cannot but, then you need not do anything else. But if you take cannot help instead of must, then after cannot help, you have to add ing with the verb that is given after must. Okay, so let's solve this example. So we'll have two answers here. First one with cannot but, like here I'm taking cannot but instead of must. Then go. This is the answer. But instead of cannot but, if I take cannot help, like I cannot help. So here you can see you have a verb here, and after verb you will have to add ing with the main verb, that is going. So this is all about rule number 6. Now we'll go to rule number 7. And rule number 7 is about all. That means if in our sentence we have all, then what to do actually? So instead of all, you have to take no. Suppose you have all, you will take no, and you will also have to put an antonym of the base word, that is the verb or adjective in the sentence. I'll give you an example here, like all men are mortal. So what we'll do here, we'll write no instead of all first. Okay, no men. So here is the adjective. We have to put the antonym form of that adjective, otherwise the meaning of the sentence will be changed actually if you keep this mortal thing. Like here the answer will be no men are immortal. If you keep this mortal unchanged, then the meaning will be like this: no men are mortal. That means the question is saying that all men are mortal, and we are saying no men are mortal. Actually, we can't go this way. Rather, we have to put an antonym of that mortal, and it will be in all the cases of the sentence having all. So now come to rule number 8. And it will be about both and. dot 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 dot, then and. So the rule is about that if you have two subjects or two objects added by and, you might have a both before the first one, or sometime you might not have it, but you will have and between them, like between the two subjects or between two objects. Then you have to follow this rule, and this rule is instead of both, let me write both, and instead of both you have to write not only, and instead of and you have to write but also. That's all you have to do to turn this sentence into a negative form. I'll show you an example here. Both Karim and Rahim did this. Both Karim and Rahim did this. Here we can see that we have two subjects added by both and. So what we have to do here, we have to change this both into not only and this and into but also. Then the sentence will be a negative one, like not only Karim but also Rahim did this. Full stop. So here we are putting not only instead of both and but also instead of and. So sometimes it might be the object of the sentence added by and. That means you might have two objects added by both and, like I saw a tiger and a man. I saw a tiger and a man. So here we have only one subject, but we have two objects added by and. We don't have any both here. So don't bother about it. Either you have any both or not, the answer will be same. So what you have to do here, you have to keep this subject unchanged, like I saw. Then here, before the first object, you will have to put not only, and before the second object, that means in the place of and, you have to put but also. But you should write a tiger first, then but also instead of and, a man. This is the answer. So if you have two subjects, then you make them not only but also, like this. And if you have two objects, then you put not only but also in the place of object. So that's all about rule number 8. Now we will have rule number 9. And rule number 9 is about 2, 2. That means this is the structure. If you have 2 and 2 in your sentence, then you will have to follow these steps. The first one. So in the place of 2, that means you have to write so in the place of, not 2 actually, 2, then that, in the place of to, then the subject will come again. Subject will come in its pronoun form. That means after that you will have to put the subject, but the subject must be in its pronoun form, not in noun form. So if the subject is in pronoun, then you don't have to do anything, just put that pronoun. But if your subject at the beginning is in noun, then you should put the pronoun form of that subject, not the noun form. Number 4 will be cannot or could not. So actually it will depend on the tense of your sentence. That is, if the sentence is in present form, then you have to take cannot. But if it is in past form, then you should take could not. Okay. So then the last point is rest of the sentence. Number 5 will be rest of the sentence. So let me give you an example. Karim was too poor to buy food. So you can see that this sentence is actually following the structure of 2 because we have 2 and 2 here. So we can do it following the 5 steps I have shown you right now. That is, in the place of to we have to put so, in the place of to we have to put that. Then after that, here we should put the subject again, but in its pronoun form. Then cannot or could not will come depending on the present form or past form of the sentence, then rest of the sentence. So let's solve it. Karim was, so then four will come here, and that instead of to. Now the pronoun form of the noun or subject will come here. That is he. We are taking he instead of Karim. That is the pronoun form of Karim. Now we should put a cannot or could not, but we have to take could not here because our sentence is in past form here. So could not. Then rest of the sentence, here we have buy food only after that. So this is the answer. So we have solved it following the 5 states, and those are, we are taking so instead of to, then we are taking that instead of to, then after that we are putting the pronoun form of the subject, then we are taking cannot or could not, then the rest of the sentence. So that's all about rule number 9. And now we'll have our last rule, that is rule number 10. And actually rule number 10, for rule number 10, you can say the rule will be like this. Auxiliary verb plus not plus antonym of adjective or verb. Actually this is the rule actually. Auxiliary plus not, that means with your auxiliary you have to put not, then you have to use the antonym form of the adjective or verb given in the sentence. So when should we actually follow this rule? When we can't solve it with the all other 9 rules I have already given you, then you should follow rule number 10. Like, he is honest. So if we come one by one, you can see that here we don't have any only alone. What we had actually in rule number 1. So we can't follow rule number 1 here. The sentence is not being started with every, so we can't follow that rule also. We don't have any always here. We don't have any as soon as. We don't have all or must or true to or both and. We have nothing of all other 9 rules. So that's why we'll have to follow rule number 10. That is, we should add ing, sorry, not ing, actually we should add not with our auxiliary verb, and we should put the antonym form of the adjective or verb of the sentence. So here the answer will be, he is not dishonest. So that's all about affirmative to negative. Actually, if you follow these 10 rules, then you'll be able to solve any kind of affirmative to negative sentence. And I have already given you a worksheet in the school website. Please download it and solve yourself and send it to me as soon as possible. Thank you very much for watching the class.